Bruce? 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 Bruce. Good morning and welcome back. Today we will be making a legit checking QC guide for the Kobe 5 Bruce Lee Protro. Some good news for this video, I actually have a retail pair in hand here to compare these two. They are one size smaller since they're my brothers, but still. How has your guys' luck been on Kobe drops? I have still yet to hit on any Kobe's from the sneakers app, and my brother doesn't even hoop, so Nike, your system is working great. Let that be a warning. Alright, so we have the GK Kobe 5 Bruce Lee. Let's break these down and get into the guide here. This has to be one of the best Kobe colorways ever made. I mean, it's Bruce Lee, the OG Mamba mentality. For those who don't know, Bruce Lee was actually a huge inspiration for Kobe, both on and off the court, which when you kind of look back at it, isn't too big of a surprise. It was a lot deeper than just the shoes. Probably one of the few other people in this world that possessed the Mamba mentality. Also, the only person who could stop Kareem. Holy smokes, these are beautiful. I mean, where do we even start? These are so nice. The jumpsuit inspired black and yellow. Let's just take a full look at these in all their glory before we start picking them apart and showing the differences. The colors on these are amazing. We got that black and yellow combo, the Barry B. Benson special. Oh my god. I love how the light reflects off the black fuse overlays. It almost makes a shoe look wet. And that's hot. It kind of looks like fresh paint. The shape and the colors are perfect. Seems to be the GK standard nowadays. One thing about the upper I saw some people mention was the sidewalls were already creasing in straight out the box for some. On these, it does have a small amount of waviness on the side there. Nothing too crazy though. I mean, once you play in them, they will start to crease regardless. I do gotta say, on foot, these run very snug. Hopefully they break in because your boy's toes are being held hostage in there. Zero breathing room. I would definitely say half a size up. The fit is a bit tighter than the retails. The cushion setup in the Protro is a bit different than the OGs, with a single zoom turbo unit up in the forefoot. Feels about the same as the Kobe 6s. More on the court feel side of things. They do feel more stable though. As a Bruce Lee and Kobe fanboy, I can't really imagine it getting much better than this. The 11s were cool too, but this is the Holy Grail. Little fun fact, those 4 red scratch marks are a nod to the same scratch marks he had in Enter the Dragon, Bruce Lee's last and most famous movie. If you haven't seen it, I would highly recommend it. I give it a sturdy 9 out of 10, especially if you like martial arts. Alright, let's get the retail out here. Wait. Yeah, nah, that's gotta be racist. Holy freaking smokes, man. These are looking insane. On foot, there is zero chance you're calling these out. Alright, so the first thing to look for on these when legit checking is the Flywire inside the upper. On the fakes, it'll be a little too bold or pronounced. On this pair, it's very hard to tell. The Flywire underneath the black section up there is actually too subtle. Yeah, the Flywire underneath the yellow section is a touch too bold. Very hard to tell though. This will also vary from shoe to shoe depending on the QC. Yeah, not the most reliable of indicators here. Next up is the tongue. The angle that the light reflects off the material is slightly different. Also, the Kobe emblem might be a touch smaller on the rep. The main thing to look for here though is the stitching up at the top. On the retail, it's neatly tucked in there and is one big smooth arch. On the rep, it's rough around the edge. You can see some of the exposed stitching and the overall shape isn't a smooth curve up top. Interesting because on the GK6s, the tongue was one of the best parts. Now moving to the back of the shoe, the old trusty heel tab. Again, just a really reliable way of legit checking these Kobe's. Don't know why, but they never seem to be able to get it down. The funny thing is, this time, the rep's heel tab is too smooth and the retail has more of a squared off shape to it. On the previous 6s, it was the opposite, with the smooth one being the retails. So it's surprising they got that wrong again. You think they would learn from the previous model they worked on. The signature and heel counter are all good, solid color, nice placement. A bit of excess glue around the heel counter on the reps. Someone just got a little too excited with the glue gun there. Nothing crazy though. Next up is back at the front of the shoe. You're going to want to check the ventilation holes on the toe cap and on the medial side of the shoe. You really got to get up in there to see this. Placement and size all check out, but as you can see, the quality of the cuts isn't as precise on the reps. They left a bunch of the fuzz around the edges, and some of the holes didn't even get fully punched out. You can see the little pieces still in there. Same deal on the medial side, just overall much rougher around the edges. Get it together, man! Another quick place to check is the honeycomb mesh that makes up the forefoot section of the tongue. In good lighting, it's much more visible on the reps. On the retail, it blends in behind there. Not sure if they used a different paint, but it's almost like white. It's a much lighter color on the reps. Okay, the final place to look is at the bottom. The carbon fiber shank plate. Oh my god, that outsole is so good. The weave and pattern is fine, but the finish and texture is off. On the retail, it's much more smooth and glossy. The camera actually picks it up really well. Yeah, just using my ojos. Can't see it that well, but the camera does a really good job. Now for a lot of these things, you won't be able to tell unless you know what you're looking for or you have a retail with you. When I put them side by side, yeah, that's kind of crazy. Also keep in mind the retail is one size smaller. The Bruce Lees, man, they're so nice. Goated colorway. As for performance, we shall see. By the time I upload this video, I should have some decent playing time logged in. That video shouldn't be too far away. So the main things to look for when legit checking the Kobe 5 Bruce Lee is the tongue, heel tab, and ventilation holes. Yeah, that is my legit checking QC guide for the Kobe 5 Bruce Lee. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Sleep tight. Hey, what's up? I was just kidding. That was just a joke.